Dun, 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 dun. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everyone out there in the internet land, and welcome once again to another episode of Lancing with Myself, the weekly 5-minute show where I take a time to talk about being a game designer and freelance creative, especially when you're low on spoons and low on cash. Now, this is the episode that is going to appear in everyone's podcast, the COVID-19 episode. I'm recording this early on, still in March. But everything has, of course, changed very rapidly, and a lot of things have changed very dramatically in the last couple of weeks. We're all now housebound, but a lot of other things have changed across the world in the business world, which are going to affect all sorts of game design principles. Timetables are changing, the possibility of getting goods and services moved around is changing, and most importantly, people have a lot less money, and that's causing ripple effects across all projects all around the world. They have less money and they have less certainty. They have more things to worry about, which makes them less want to go, yeah, sure, I need another luxury. And these things are putting a bite into Kickstarters, right? People are losing customers. People are backing out of Kickstarters. And, these are the kind of things that can make or break you. They really can. And we've talked before on the show that you can do everything right and still fail. And this is one of the ways that you can, because there are sometimes unforeseen circumstances. And the flip side of that is that you are going to get lucky. And I certainly got lucky with Relics. By launching it in 2019 and 2020, which could have easily been done, I hit a good year and I missed a bad year. I got lucky. Now, we don't really like to talk about luck. We don't like to think about being lucky or being unlucky because there's something that makes us feel powerless about it. Whenever we talk about, well, I just got lucky, that makes us feel powerless. And powerlessness is one of the worst feelings we can experience. It's pretty much the most terrifying and disabling feeling we have. We need to feel like we can control our environment. That's what makes us feel safe. We need to feel like we have some power over the universe. And we need to feel like we can be deserving as well, that if we work hard, we get things. One of the reasons that we like games so much is because if you do things, you get results. And that feels like we have control. In the real world, we have less control and we hate to lose it. So to stand up and go, yep, I just got lucky, that feels bad. That feels like, well, maybe, I didn't work hard. Maybe I didn't put a lot into it. Maybe I don't deserve this success. Maybe it's just random chance that Relics got published, or that game X is good, or that game Y was picked up and published. You're going to have lots of things in your life, and you can't always. A lot of the time, you're just rolling those dice over and over again, and you can just have bad luck every single time. It doesn't matter how hard you work, and that's going to erode your confidence. It would be better sometimes. Like the flip side, of course, is that if we fail, it should be our fault, and if we, that would make more sense, and that we often do. We often easily read that in. We go, yes, obviously, I didn't get picked because my game wasn't that good. Because then when we get success, we go, yes, that proves that my game was good, that my game was great. So luck can be powerful in that, yes, it takes away our victories, but it softens our failures, because we know that it's not about us. It's not about how much hard work we did. We didn't fail. We may have made the greatest game in the world, but then, a worldwide pandemic came out of nowhere that nobody could plan for. You might not be able to see the things that are casting your luck in that light, but luck can be a way to ameliorate that fear and that burden of, deservingness. And yes, it does erode through some of your success, and that can be good to keep you humble. But you should never let it take away from what is really important, and that's valuing the work you put in. Understand the difference between the outcome and the work. Being an artist, being a creative means working all the time and working as hard as you can to learn more and get better and do the best you can. And you need to celebrate that, not the roll of the dice. You need to stay humble about that roll of the dice and know that sometimes luck's going to come in, and that therefore your failures aren't that big and your successes aren't that great. But you need to be able to separate that and go, look at what I've done. That has nothing to do with luck. And, I'm very grateful that Relic succeeded, and I do like to think a little bit of that because we worked really hard, and that you know, sometimes that's connecting to people. One or two people, you know, that's something solid. I can see that. You know, when I worked hard and did something important and it catches someone's eye, I can go, yep, I put my book in that person's hand, and that's my creation, making them feel things in a way that they might not have. You know, that's me sending out my message. But everything else, getting, you know, 500 backers, selling enough copies, being able to print this thing, getting it out there without going completely broke or insane, that was luck. That was pure luck. And I'm glad I got lucky. I've been unlucky a lot of times. I'm glad I got lucky. I'm going to celebrate that luck. I'm also going to let it keep me humble and remind me to separate the outcome from the work. If you can do that, you'll be happier as an artist. And if you can understand that luck is always going to be there, and try not to cry when it hits you, and try to celebrate when it helps you, then hopefully you'll be a wiser man, or wiser person, I should say, and your art will reflect that. Unfortunately, we are at the whims of fate and at the prey of chance, and sometimes a worldwide pandemic is going to screw you up and you have to wait a few years to get your game out, or, you know, just go back to the back to the drawing board. Something's just not going to happen. That is the terrible powerlessness of being alive and being a creator. Every day you could get hit by a truck, and your art absolutely could too. Doesn't mean you stop rolling those dice, but you just got to remember, Snake Eyes is always waiting for you, and that's okay. Hopefully we'll have something a bit more positive next time, but still, till then, believe in yourself still. Accept that luck sometimes hits you, but sometimes it breaks your way, and keep making games. Until next time, be good, play games, pat dogs, have fun.